Parents and adults and all of us who are here, we can still learn things from Ollie the elephant and vaccines and things like that. As I was preparing for this message, a memory came to mind of my oldest son, about 6 years old. His dad and I were in the living room. We were watching television, and then my child came stumbling out of his bedroom, and he was shaking uncontrollably. And when I touched him, his fever was so high, it was terrifying. And I scooped him up, wrapped him in blankets, got in the car, and drove like a maniac to the emergency room because I was terrified. We got there, and they took us in immediately and checked him over and said, "It's just a childhood fever. You give him medication, give him this medication, and he'll be better." And 24 hours later, he was running around like normal. I look at my adult son, and I just thank God that we have medications. And then I read this story from Mark, where Mark's mother-in-law is in bed with a fever. And she was in bed with a fever at a time when people thought a fever was caused by demons. And it was hopeless. For when Jesus walked in that door, what they said to him was not, she's sick. They said, basically, she's going to die. So go away, really, because we're going to be in mourning. But Jesus, being Jesus, said, forget that. I'm not going to follow that pattern. He went into her. He touched her. He held her. And he healed her. Jesus used his power, his ability, his strength to serve her. And her response was to get up and serve. Now, I have to say, growing up with that, I often heard it as a girl and a young woman as, oh, gee, women always have to get up and serve the meal. No matter how sick they are, they have to get up and serve the meal. That's not what I'm hearing this time as I was reading and reflecting. There's a message that she got up and served in response to the healing. She jumped up with joy to serve others. So as we're in this time of COVID and we've been in isolation and we are trying to make sense of what's it going to be when everyone is vaccinated and we have herd immunity and we're all together again, what's it going to be like? Use the phrase today, back to the future. What is it? What is it going to be like? We have a time right now while we're in this moment of everyone being vaccinated and we're waiting our turn patiently or impatiently. We're waiting. So I invite you to think about how you're going to serve with joy in response to the healing that we will have. There's a physical healing for those who are mourning lost loved ones. There's the physical healing of coming back together into spaces and getting hugs. There is also a national healing that has to take place. And we can help with that as we are healed to serve others. I've been learning about what's going on here at St. Martin's, all the things, all the ways that you serve people. I love that you repair furniture for those who are coming out of youth. I've just lost the word, but that's what I do. that are coming out of the foster system, that you have furniture that you put into apartments, that you help with Bread for All food pantry by providing food, that you pack lunches for those who are hungry, that you make quilts. Those are all wonderful things and all ways to continue serving. But my question for you is, God calling you to serve in any new and different ways? Has God been nudging you to pay attention to something that you've not had time to pay attention to before? Perhaps to learn Spanish with me and come and volunteer at the registration table at Bread for All. Perhaps it is to become involved in another organization that is doing something around health in the Austin area. What is God calling you to do in response to the healing that you and we are receiving as a nation, as a world, after this time of illness? God is always here to heal us. God heals us when we are open to receive that healing. We can then respond to serve others. And that's what the message for today is about. Who are you going to be? What are you going to do when we are healed and whole and together again? May God guide you this week as you reflect on that.